it's Coach Shadow from DRS Athletics, and this is your first week of the Fit Challenge that you have completed. And I was waiting for a lot of you guys' questions. I got to talk to a lot of you guys already personally, face to face, on the phone, texting, or chatting, emailing, but texting is better, on the phone or whatever it is. And I am just so excited to give you a little recap on what I've talked to you guys about and answer some of you guys' questions. But week one, this is the hardest week, and maybe the beginning of second week. So the second week coming up right now, that is coming up, because your body's adjusting, is calibrating, is resetting, is going through withdrawals in a lot of different things. I mean, it could be going through withdrawals with food, with sleep. Maybe some of you guys got sick because it literally was just resetting and detoxing you. And all that is normal. But some things that I want to touch up on is, first, super proud of you guys for taking the time to putting yourself first, your priority in health, because then you get to do a lot of things when you're healthy. That's all we got, our health. If we're not healthy, we can't do a lot of things, right? If we're not healthy, we just can't be there for the people that we want, for ourselves, so that we could show up in a lot of different ways, and we can also enjoy our health, our hobbies, and training and all that good stuff. So yes, good job on that. Calories. I believe all of your guys is my fitness pals, but if you still have questions or you feel like you're eating too little or too much, just come talk to me. I could change that so quickly. If you're not tracking, let's talk about that. Coach, I don't want to track. I just want to eat healthy. That's okay. Totally okay. Just know that your perception of quantity might be skewed, and not just, oh, you're eating too much, but you might be eating too little and you think you're eating too much, or you might be eating too little and you're supposed to be eating more, or you're supposed to be eating less. You know, you have to be able to track at least for a little bit to see where you are, and then you could get better at other things that you don't need to track. If you completely don't want to track at all, just focus on having 3 meals, 3 snacks, and everything has to have protein every time you eat. And the carbs should not be unless they're before, intra, or post. And keeping fat throughout the day before bed and in the beginning of the day with protein and fat. So that's the easiest, but you just don't know to the point of exactly how many calories, okay? Now, for some of you guys, this is number 2, that are super in deficit of calories, where you're like, I am dying, I feel foggy, I can't sleep. As of today, not how you felt last week, but as of today, tonight is Monday, I'm doing this video in between classes I'm coaching. So as of today or tomorrow, when you see this, perhaps tomorrow, Tuesday, is if you're feeling foggy, you're waking up during your sleep, you're just not feeling fueled, you're just feeling really horrible and cranky, I want you to up your calories 200 to 300 calories. Just text me and I'll let you know where you are. Send me a screenshot of where you are. But if you're not eating and you want to up your calories, you're just doing yourself a disservice, because now it's going to get all thrown out. Okay, keeping the protein the same, 1 gram per pound of your body weight. That's the best way. Another thing that I see a lot, and I already discussed this a lot with a lot of you guys, but this is important for me to recognize here and talk about this. If at the end of the day you have no calories left and you're very hungry, it's okay to go over and just have some protein and some good fat. You're gonna be okay. I don't want you to go to sleep super hungry, not because you're craving sugar. No, like you're actually hungry and you're feeling not good. Have the calories. You might just need that little extra, and a little more protein, a little bit more fat. It's gonna be okay. And what was the other part? Oh yeah, yes. A lot of you guys were asking oils and dressings. We talked about this during the Saturday nutrition Q&A. Your dressings should be minimal to maybe a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some cayenne pepper if you want, or some red peppers if you want there. but try not to have your dressings on it when you go out to eat or when you just buy the bottle of dressings, unless there was a link on the PDF that I gave you from Primal Kitchen about your dressings. Those will be the best, but keep it simple. Maybe lemon, salt, pepper, all crushed red peppers would be good. And also, if you're measuring food, like you're going to the extent of measuring everything that you're eating, make sure you measure cooked. You can measure raw, just pick either or is fine. It makes no difference. Just don't go back and forth. So if you're gonna measure cooked the whole time that you're doing this, or measure raw the whole time you're doing it. That way it's just a little bit more consistent. Consistency here is key. We talked about that. We talk about it all the time. Consistency is key. So if you are going over your calories a lot of the time during this challenge, consistency, you're gonna be going over, so you're consistently not gonna see the results. One thing that I did see in some of you guys' logs, your sugar is too high. You get a little bit of sugar, right? But you don't get 60 grams, you don't get 100 grams. No one here is an elite athlete anymore that should be getting that much sugar, because you're not burning that much sugar. It's just sitting in your brain and it's eating away at your brain. Think about just like eating away at your actual brain. That's what sugar is doing to your body. And so it creates this crack habit of, I want more of it. So lower the sugar. If it comes with the fruit and you're going over your carbs and your sugar, that means you're having too much fruit, right? Or too much of the high glycemic fruit. For example, berries compared to bananas or apples or things like that, they're going to be a lot higher in your glucose compared to berries. Berries are gonna be lower, so you can have a lot more of it compared to those. And this, I need to talk about this, guys. Frozen cherries as a treat at the end of the night. It's going around everywhere, and I know where it's coming from because I know that person very, very well. And that person has been around the CrossFit and the fitness industry for a long time, since I've started. It works for that person and a lot of those people because they're doing something specific. But the frozen cherry treat at the end of the night is pure sugar and carbs. Not a lot of you guys are gonna do well with that. So some people ask me, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just ignore me on this until I move on to the next thing. But what they were saying is that's a treat to have before bed, which is frozen cherries to eat by themselves. Log it in. See how much sugar, how much carbs you have. Why would you do that before bed? No. So your protein bomb before bed, just to remind you, Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, right? Low sugar, a scoop of protein, vanilla or chocolate. By the way, we're stocked again. We have a lot of them. And if you want to add a little bit of blueberries or a little bit of coconut shaved little pieces, then put it in the freezer for like 10 minutes. That will be a great little snack before bed. But make sure it's also fitting in your calories and your macros overall. And lastly, guys, because I could talk your ear off, but I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as I can. Macros and calories. Some of you guys are going over your calories, but not going up to your macros, meaning you're over like 200 calories and then you still have like 30 grams left of one of the macronutrient, either carbs, protein, or fat. So you're like, oh, I don't want to keep going over my calories, but I cannot have my macros. Well, you have to just see what's giving you too many calories. So go back in your log and check each of the stuff that you logged in, of the products that you logged in, or the foods that you logged in, and maybe they're too high caloric intake. For example, a protein shake is not gonna have a lot of calories, right? A chicken breast is not gonna have a lot of calories. A chicken thigh is gonna have a lot more calories. Lower fat turkey, ground turkey, is gonna have less calories. One full egg is gonna have higher calories, but it's not gonna have all the macronutrients. Egg whites only is gonna have less calories, but it's gonna be more amount. Does that make sense? So looking into that is very huge, so that way your calories are not so high, but your macronutrients are still low. Those you wanna hit a lot. And also think about this. If you're hungry and you're just drinking shakes, you're not eating your food, right? We talked about the shakes that you're gonna have. Your protein and your greens. I sent that on the PDF. Please get those, guys. I cannot get that enough and emphasize that enough. That's what you're drinking. Your food, you wanna chew and you wanna feel like you're actually eating amounts. That is just a human nature, unless some of you guys that don't like to eat a lot, but you wanna feel like you're actually having substance or food. So the more food you can have with the lower caloric intake would be the best. For example, ground turkey with egg whites, and you mix them and you scramble it and you cook them, it's gonna give you a lot for lower calories. Compared to ground beef at a high fat with protein, it's gonna give you this much and a lot of calories. Does it make sense? So it's really what you want to eat. Do you want to eat a bigger amount, have less calories, or you want to have more calories and less amount? Or both, depends on where your goals are. So think about that one. I'll continue on those, and then I'll continue to reach out to me, text me, let me know where you at. Ask me the questions. You're not bothering me. I love this. Ask me the questions. I want you to learn so that you could be successful in this fit challenge. All right? Thank you guys. Keep it up. Let's go.